Welcome to Cruise Ports. We're in the port of Liverpool and we can't wait to show you around. You're on Cruise Ports. Your ship will dock right in port and Liverpool has so much to offer directly from the ship. You're right on the Mersey River and you have something to do on both sides. We're going to focus today on the Liverpool side of the Mersey. As you depart the ship into the port, there will be access paths that will take you right up to the boardwalk. You're going to come out right below the Liver building, which is one of the iconic buildings in the port. As you walk down the boardwalk along the river, you will come across the ferry station, a lot of museums, and Albert Docks. We'll take you to all of these places and show you what to do in Liverpool for a day. As you come off the ship, you'll be right on the river. You'll walk inside through the terminal where there are restroom facilities if you need them. And as you come out onto this boardwalk along the river, you are immediately made aware of the Beatles' influence here in town. And in this video, we're going to show you some highlights of Beatles tours and things you can do and see in town. But we do have videos on our Well Traveled Life channel that feature 2 different Beatles tours we've done, as well as the Beatles Story Museum. All of these are great experiences and we would urge you to get over to that channel and check out those. It is easy enough to do self-guided walking tours in this city. It's very accessible and it's mostly flat. We're going to start on the Riverside because there's so much to see and do right here. This is old Liverpool that has really been rejuvenated in an energetic and vibrant way. Built in 1911, the Royal Albert Building is one of the world's original skyscrapers. It was one of the largest buildings in the world when it was built and gave credence to the idea that Liverpool was one of the major ports on Earth. Bertie and Bella, the Liver birds, sit atop the clock tower and the other dome. Bella watches the sea and Bertie watches over the city, and it is said that if the birds ever fly away, Liverpool will cease to exist. Although it was purchased in 2025 by Prince's Food Company, it is still open as a visitor experience. You can go to the top viewing platform and get views out over the city and the Mersey below. An adult ticket costs £17.50 and includes an audio guide. The next step along the river is going to be the ferry terminal, and this is a great stop if you're trying to make a day trip across the river to Sycamore Wirral or to the Liverpool Pier. Longer distance ferries can take you to Belfast, Dublin, and the Isle of Man. The ferry crossing to the Isle of Man takes almost 3 hours, so that probably isn't a good trip for a port day unless you really have a long day or an overnight stay. Next to and playing off of the ferry terminal's contemporary design is the museum's very modern building. There is no entrance fee to this column-free design space, but exhibits and galleries may have an extra charge, and of course donations are always welcome. Continuing from the waterfront downwards, we're heading towards Albert Dock and the Eye. Depending on your vantage point, you will also see the black granite and glass looking building. This is the Man Island complex that encompasses luxury apartments and office space. Another part of the National Museums of Liverpool is the Edmund Cutter pilot boat, which was a replacement for the old steam pilot boats using diesel and electric. It's now sitting in dry dock and is an exhibit, though you can't go inside. While we were in town, the Galleon Andalusia was also in town. She is a floating museum and guests can get on 5 different decks and is manned by sailors that are there to answer your questions. She's not a permanent exhibit though, so can't guarantee you'll see her while you're there. Walking along the padlock-festooned railings that border the river, you'll see a statue of Billy Fury and you'll come to the entrance at Albert Dock at Pierhead. The original Tate Museum building is being redeveloped, but you can still find the exhibits over at the Black Glass Museum in the Man complex. Again, entrance to the permanent collection is free, and there are charges for the moving exhibits. Built in 1846, the Albert Docks were originally used as warehouses for goods from ships like silk, tea, and tobacco, and for export goods like coal and salt. But they've been completely redeveloped to be this cultural hub with lots of great restaurants, the museums, like the Tate, but this is also where you'll find the Beatles Story. Food trucks around the docks also provide fun ways to grab a bite. We did a beer tasting at one of our favorite bars in town, and you can catch that on our Brews and Views channel. Beatles and Beatles history, as well as all things associated with the Mersey Sound, is obviously popular in Liverpool, and you're going to see signs of it everywhere. We're going to show you some of the places right in Liverpool that you can get to by walking, but we're also going to make some suggestions of a couple of tours that you might want to take. A good starting place is at Albert Dock with the Beatles Story and the Fab 4 gift shop. That will also put you really close to the Liverpool Eye, and it's a great meetup stop for tours that you may want to take. Walking back towards the cruise ship from Albert Dock, you'll go inland a little bit towards the Beatles Quarter and Matthew Street. You'll pass the Hard Day's Night Hotel with the Beatles statues up on top. Matthew Street is a hub of Beatles-themed restaurants and bars and lively music venues. Most importantly, it is the home of the Cavern Club. And there's not just the Cavern Club, there's the Cavern Pub. Both feature live music and beer and food. But for the club, you definitely need to make a booking. And to give you a sense of the value of the Cavern Club, their wall of fame includes engraved bricks with the names of every artist who has played at the club between 1957 and 1973. Also located on Matthew Street is the Liverpool Beatles Museum. And this is more a museum of artifacts. It's less about the story of the Beatles themselves. It's more about their inner circle and the artifacts from their lives. Pete Best figures prominently, who was the original drummer, and you'll find out more about others in that inner circle of the Beatles world. All of this sounds like a lot of walking. A hop-on, hop-off bus might be a great option for you. There is one that will take you around the city, and there is an additional one, the Blue Bus, that will take you outside the city into the Beatles world. Tours will start at Albert Dock, and the red tour takes about 2.5 hours. That's around the city. The blue tour that goes out into the Beatles world will take about 3.5 hours, so plan your time accordingly. You can buy tickets directly from the bus companies at the starting point. On the longer Blue Bus route, you will travel outside of the inner city limits, and you'll get out to sites like Penny Lane, Strawberry Fields, and each of the Beatles' childhood homes. Strawberry Fields forever. We'll put links for tickets in the description. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. For a more personalized experience and a chance to get out and actually visit the places more than the bus tour, try Fab 4 taxi tours. Steve was our guide. He was really spectacular, and we're going to give you his private information so that you can do a tour with him directly. And for another option, you can even do river tours. Liverpool is historic, cultural, and has a vibrant energy day and night. If you're lucky enough to be able to spend the evening in Liverpool, get out and experience all that it has to offer. If you're staying over, we have a video of where to stay. We found the most amazing apartment right in the center of town with beautiful views out over the Mersey. You can see that on our Where to Stay Around the World channel. Thanks for joining us in one of our favorite British ports. We love Liverpool, and as big cities go, it is an absolute win.